What up, y'all? What up, y'all? So yesterday I stayed up late trying to kind of analyze our funnel, break down our funnel, and figure out what is causing potential current issues that we're running into from a sales perspective. And it's funny because you get put in certain positions and then you start to realize like, yo, I got to make some changes. I got to optimize here. I got to do this. I got to do that. And you don't realize that as much as certain things apply in different industries, they apply in all industries. So what I'm looking at is that from an offer perspective, a lot has changed in the last 3 years, right? You can't sit here and expect what you sold 3 years ago to sell at the same volume as you're selling it now, right? Or sorry, flip that around. You can't expect the volume that you sold 3 years ago to necessarily work today. And what happens is oftentimes people start to look at certain things and start to blame it upon the wrong departments or the wrong issue, when the whole time it could quite literally just be what you're offering. Right? A product that you sold maybe 5 years ago and you sold it for $100 doesn't necessarily mean that today you're going to be able to sell that same product for $100. You have to think about all the other people that might have come, sold that product, found it at a cheaper price, upped their quality on it, and all those different things. And these are certain things that you have to factor into your equation when it comes to the success of your overall business. So I'm looking at things from a perspective of breaking down funnels and figuring out where certain things are breaking, so that we could crack down on the one core issue that we're running into as an agency. So that being said, I stayed up late last night, and you guys could do this too. If you guys are running a business or whatever, I'm paying for a ChatGPT premium or whatever it is now. And honestly, everybody knows ChatGPT is cool, but the thing is, it has gotten significantly better. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I just paid for it or whatever. It's gotten significantly better. The new AI shit is smart as fuck. So break down your funnel using AI, figure out where your drop off is, and then ask AI to break down what your potential mishaps are, what issues you might be running into. And you'll very quickly be able to, it might not be spot on, but it'll be in the realm of certain things that you're probably running into. And it will give you a different perspective, a different way to look at these things. And you might look at it and be like, shit, this makes sense because XYZ, right? So that being said, I went through all of this last night. I stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was still up on time this morning, still went to the gym, still did everything I was supposed to do. And I'm just like, my mind is so free because I've come to a realization that like, I'm not the issue. It's literally what we are offering has to be tweaked, and the wording has to be tweaked, right? As a brand owner, you might sell a shirt for $500 and another person might sell the same shirt for $30, but yours might sell better at $500. Why? Because of the way it's positioned. Right? The market has to understand the way that the product is positioned and why it's worth paying at that price for that. So as an e-commerce brand owner, as an agency owner, as an entrepreneur, figure out where you're running into potential mishaps. And the thing is, you guys want to remain proactive, right? If you're doing something and it's not working, don't keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting it to change. Right? You also have to take a certain level of accountability to know, all right, well, this isn't working because I haven't tried this, or I haven't taken this approach, or I haven't looked at it from this perspective. And that might be the sole difference between you making $500,000 a month within your business and lowering your cost per acquisition, and you may be making 100K a month, you make it 50K a month. And at that sort of scale, you guys don't realize how much of a difference 10 or 20% makes. If you're doing $500,000 a month, right, and you see a 10 or 20% increase, that's an additional 50 to 100K a month within your business. What could that do? Pay additional payroll, right? What could that do? Pay additional software. What could that do? Give you budget to test new ad angles, new offer angles, new creatives. But you guys don't realize that these small tweaks, percentage-wise, have a large impact on your overall cash collected on a month-to-month basis. You guys have to see it from that perspective. So when I'm thinking about this and I'm breaking it down by department, by offer, by price point, and urgency, and all these different things, it has to be positioned properly for it to make sense from a consumer perspective. So all of you entrepreneurs out there, a lot of you guys that are probably starting social media marketing agencies and whatever it is, let me know in the comment section down below. What does your offer kind of look like? Let me know what issues you've run into when it comes to your offer. And what I want to do is I want to see if I could help break down certain issues that you guys might be running into within your funnel, because in the grand scheme of things, going from 0 to 10K a month isn't that hard. It literally just takes a couple clients, a couple businesses that you're helping service, and you could get paid that out in residuals, you could get paid that out in upfront costs, you could get paid that out in a lot of different angles, right? So let me know in the comment section down below, I guess, where you guys are struggling and where you guys are seeing a drop off within your funnel, and let's just break it down, because I want to figure out, right, what a large majority of people are struggling with and where they could potentially see improvement. More often than not, I think it's the offer, I think it's the incentive, and I think it's the urgency. And people don't know how to properly implement this because they just think that I have such a great service that the service will sell itself. The unspoken thing is that in this business stuff, your service could be amazing, but if you don't have your sales down, you're not going to onboard clients. So I've put so much emphasis in making sure that I had the highest quality service, that I was able to do exactly what I said I would do, to the point where I just thought that this stuff would play out by itself. Where I thought that, all right, well, I don't need to go and still try to sell this to people because I have such a great service and I believe in my service so much that we're just going to show people and people are going to want it because we have such a great service. But no, the thing is, there's still the psychological perspective from it. It's a whole different ball game, right? The fulfillment of your service and the sales of your service are two different departments. These in its own could be two different businesses, right? Because you get paid the residuals on the back end from overall performance, your performance incentives, but you also have to make sure that you're onboarding more clients. So when you put this stuff into perspective, it's two different businesses for what it really is, because it's two completely different systems, right? You could perform the service, but you also have to sell the service. How are you going to sell the service without the incentive to do so? Like, a lot of this stuff seems like common sense, but you have to listen to the stuff that you're telling people, and you have to listen to the way that you position things and ask yourself, is this something appealing enough to where I would personally buy this? Let's think about like the whole knowledge perspective on the back end. Think about the whole, if you had no idea what the service looked like, because at the end of the day, people on the phone, people that you're talking to, don't know how good your service is, right? So you can't sit there and sell them on how good your service is because they don't know. They really don't know. And you could show them case studies, you could show them testimonials, you could give them everything in the world that they need to see, but they don't know how well you'll perform. They don't know you, right? All this stuff could be fake. So what it really comes down to is what you're telling people and how you position your offer. So honestly, I think that's the main differentiator between they're like closing 10K a month and closing 100,000 a month or $250,000 a month. The main thing, the main tweak. So I'm making tweaks to our sales process to figure out what is it that we need to do to make this so irresistible that anybody that has the ability to come on board will come on board. Because I know from a service perspective, I have it down. So I'm going to keep you guys posted with the process, keep you guys posted with what things are looking like. And yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, guys, what are you guys struggling with from a business perspective? As always, guys, link to the Telegram is in the description down below. And this will bring us to the end of the video. So please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.